an old man. My memory sucks and can't remember stuff. Hey, welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to kind of just talk about what I've been watching recently. Kind of been doing kind of a bunch of different stuff, figuring things out, doing some top 5 videos, doing some reviews specific to one movie or TV show. And when I first started this channel, I kind of wanted to, when I decided to do it about like TV and movies and stuff, it was kind of like, oh, I'm watching a bunch of stuff. Why not, have an outlet to kind of talk about it? And you can only do so much when you're doing one video a week. So I thought it might be good every month or so to do just a video like this where it's just like, hey, what have I been watching? And talk about some of the good, some of the bad, whatever, and things I recommend and think you guys should watch, or things that I thought were trash and you should avoid. And beard's getting pretty long. Probably need to give that a trim pretty soon. But don't worry about that for now. So like I said, I'm going to highlight some of the things I've been watching, both movies and TV shows over the last month. Probably for like what I watched in February. February is kind of a lighter month for me over the past like year. This is probably the lightest month. Just kind of dealing with some things, some personal things the last couple weeks, so I haven't really watched a whole lot of stuff. And February is a shorter month, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I was watching more shows, so it was taking up more time than being able to kind of like chip away at like movies on my lists and stuff. But yeah, I'll just talk about each one that I want to highlight and briefly go over, and I'll keep them all spoiler free. Try to be general and vague while still talking about it to some length, and that way I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I can recommend it or tell you don't bother watching it because it's not good. So let's get into it. All right, so I got this Google sheet that I track. I just keep track of the movies and shows I watch and like rating score that I give it. So let's see. I was gonna do one of the first movie I watched in February was a movie called Strange Darling. I was gonna do a review video on it, and then just other things popped up that I decided to do, and it just kind of too much time has passed. I think I probably won't do a full in-depth review, but definitely recommend this movie. I gave this movie an 8.7. It's really cool if you don't know anything about it. It's kind of like horror thriller. So there's like a big like twist that I won't spoil, but you think it's one thing. You think you're watching, there's basically 2 characters, and it's kind of like one's like a killer and they're chasing after the other one and whatnot. But it totally flips it halfway through the movie where you're like, oh, I thought this was happening, and suddenly it's this over here, and it's like completely like turns you around in a really cool way. It's really well done the way that they kind of reveal it or like get to it over the course of the first like half of the movie. I know I'm being vague and not specific, but I don't want to spoil it because that's a really cool twist that they pull off in what you're thinking that you're watching and then what it actually turns out to be. So that was a really cool movie. You should definitely check out Strange Darling. That was good. Let's see. I watched A Different Man. That was all right. Sebastian Stan, he's awesome. He's a great actor. I know this movie got a lot of acclaim. A lot of people liked this movie. I enjoyed it. It was good. I gave it a 7.7. So, not like the greatest movie in the world, but it was fine. Not, for me, it's kind of a little slow, but it's like it's good. The actors are good. The story's compelling, but it is kind of weird. It's kind of a weird one. So yeah, I mean, if you like drama and don't mind something being slower and can appreciate good actors and an interesting story, then you might want to check that one out. Wolfman, I did a review of that. So you already know my thoughts there. If you saw that video, if you didn't see it, go check that video out. That movie was awesome. I gave it an 8.9. Super good horror movie. Y2K, I watched that. That was a Kyle Mooney movie. Kyle Mooney from SNL. And it's kind of like comedy horror. And it's like set in 1999 with the, at New Year's Eve going to Y2K. And it's a kind of alternate reality of what if all the fears of what everyone was worried about at Y2K actually happened, but then way escalated ridiculously to where they're like all the electronics like combine into like killer robot entities that are killing everybody, and these kids are trying to like get through and survive. It was pretty good. It was I gave it a 7.9. It was funny. It's a comedy. Kyle Mooney's hilarious. There's a movie called Brigsby Bear that he made that is not only funny, but it's just like one of the most like positive, like heartwarming, uplifting movies like I've ever seen. You should definitely check out Brigsby Bear. It was a great movie, but I watched that last year at some point. So yeah, Y2K, it's pretty good. You can check it out, skip it, whatever. Depends what you like. But if you like comedy horror, then I would check it out. The Gorge, did a review on that. Loved it. Freaking awesome movie. Some people kind of were hating on it, I saw, which obviously happens with every movie, but I loved it. I thought it was really good. Companion, that was good. I really liked Companion. I was stoked because coming out, I heard it was from the guy who did Barbarian, which, hot take, Barbarian is not only for sure in my top 5 horror movies of all time, probably in my top 3 horror movies of all time, and it could quite possibly be my favorite horror movie of all time. I don't know. I'd have to think about it and look at everything, but I love Barbarian. Such an excellent movie. It's insane that a comedy person wrote that. The guy, he's from the sketch show The Whitest Kids You Know. He's on the TBS show Wrecked, which if you haven't seen that show, super funny, super good show. I think it got canceled after 3 seasons, unfortunately, so it kind of leaves on a cliffhanger a little bit, but still worth watching. It's very good. It's not like a terrible cliffhanger. But anyway, he makes this movie out of nowhere that's a horror movie, and it's so freaking good. And yeah, so then I hear he's involved in this movie Companion, and I was like, nice, dude, it's his next movie. But he wrote and directed Barbarian. For Companion, he was just like a producer on it, it turns out. He didn't like write it or direct it, so I don't know how involved he was in it, but either way, whatever. Companion was awesome. I don't know how much it spoils it to like I was seeing like posters or like the promo images where I won't say what because I don't want to spoil anything, but the promo image kind of like spoils what you find out maybe like a quarter of the way into the movie. So it's not like a huge deal, but I was kind of surprised they put that imagery in the promo stuff because it definitely like spoils what you find out. But you find out early on, so it's kind of whatever. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much at length about that movie because I don't want to spoil that part that I'm kind of skirting around right now. But it was very good. It was very entertaining, very interesting, unique concept, or an interesting take on a concept that's been dealt with recently with other movies for sure in this kind of era that we're in right now with technology and stuff. But it was very, very cool, unique take on it. And I love Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid's awesome. He's in The Boys. He's in a bunch of movies right now. He's just popping off. He was in the Scream, like the newer Scream movies or the first one that came out. Yeah, he's great. He's Dennis Quaid's son, and he's killing it. He's killing it right now. He's in a new movie coming out called Novocaine that I want to see. That looks pretty good. Yeah, he's awesome. And the female lead, Sophie Thatcher, I think. I just found out last night she does like music too. And I saw one song on YouTube that was pretty good, so I might check out more of that. But she's in Yellowjackets and what else? Heretic, which I watched last month. Heretic was awesome too. That was a really good horror movie. She's great. She's a great actor. I think she's having a breakout right now. And she's really good. So yeah, definitely recommend Companion. I rated that a 8.8. Super solid movie, so check that out. The last movie I'll talk about is Rudderless. I've had this movie on my list, like on Amazon Prime, just sitting on my list forever. Finally, just went ahead and rented it. It's like, $3 or $5 to rent. And this one is kind of like a drama. It's about it's kind of sad in the beginning, like about a guy whose son dies. There's like a shooting at a school. That's not really a spoiler because it's like right away in the beginning, and it's kind of the whole thing of the movie. And he's like kind of spirals out and becomes an alcoholic, and he's super over life about his situation. And then he finds his son had been recording music, so he finds like CDs of like his music, and he starts like learning those songs and then going to like open mics and like performing them. And then like this kid hears it and likes it, and they like form a band, and then there's like a twist, like weird, interesting twist on the son and like what had happened, which is I won't spoil, but yeah, this is a really good movie. And Anton Yelchin, I think is how you say it, or Yelkin or whatever. He's like the kid who like goes and like forms a band with this guy, and he's a really good actor. He's in one of my favorite, probably top 5 horror movies, called Green Room. Which, if you haven't seen Green Room, super go watch that. That's one of my favorite horror movies right there. Very good movie. But yeah, he tragically died, I think, filming a movie. He was like run over by a car or something like that, like in the making of a movie. Passed away a few years ago. Super tragic, super sad that happened. He was a very good actor. He was coming up. I think he was in, these couple of movies I just mentioned. He was in that Fright Night remake. He was in several things, and he's a very good actor. So very sad, but yeah, that movie was really good. It was kind of heartwarming, like feel good drama after the sadness of the beginning or whatever. Like there's definitely ups and downs and emotions in that movie, but definitely recommend that one. I gave that one an 8.7. There's great music in it. There's if you like musical movies, it's not like a musical, but there's like music in it because they're in a band and they play these like songs and stuff. So yeah, recommend that one. Check that one out. That's kind of it for movies. There's a couple other movies, but not anything really worth talking about. For shows, let's see, in February I had talked about Outer Banks on a video, so I was watching the crap out of that in February. Looks like I finished seasons 2, 3, and 4 in February, so that's what took up a chunk of my watch time in February. I watch the Ultimate Fighter show. I've been watching that over the last year or two, and I'm up to like season, 27 is what I just finished. They have 1 billion seasons, just finished 27, and I've just been going through that. I like competition shows like that sometimes, and UFC is cool. So just kind of been watching that. So watched a couple of those seasons in February. Beast Games. Beast Games was great. I'm sure some of you have seen that. If you haven't, check that out. It's on Amazon Prime. And that was really entertaining, really good. I know Mr. Beast is obviously massively popular, but I never really checked out any of his stuff at length. I've seen him around here and there, seen a video here and there, and I'm aware of him, but that was the most I've like seen him actually talking and doing his thing. And I liked that he's just seemed like a down to earth, like just a dude like doing the show. It's not like this like stuffy when you watch like competition or reality shows on TV, like on network TV, that's like that fake layer of fakeness and just stuffiness and just like overly professional, like where it's like the professionalism in which the dialogue is like is not like down to earth or like real. This just felt more real. And yeah, so I liked what I saw there. I liked Mr. Beast. I liked the games were pretty nuts. Put the contestants in some pretty insane situations and made them make some crazy decisions. It was also very random, where people just randomly get eliminated. He started with like 1,000 people, I think, and it went down to one person winning all the money. So yeah, check that out if you haven't seen that. It was really good. Cobra Kai, the final season, the final 5 episodes came out, so I watched that. not the greatest way to end the show. Definitely had its issues, but it also had its. I love that show. That show's great. So it definitely was like good, and I was happy and happy with how everything turned out. It felt. I don't know if it felt rushed, but it just was kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it. Like there was just certain things. It's like all of a sudden some characters were like just gone and like not even in it anymore, and that had been in the last few seasons or being set up to seemingly be like important characters, and then they're just like gone. I don't know. Like they had a couple weird choices with things that they did, but ultimately I enjoyed it and I love that show, and I'm sad that it's over. And then there's some shows that I'm watching currently that are not over. Like Yellowjackets season 3 just came back, so I've been watching that. A lot of times dude, I hate the one episode a week thing. Hate it. Severance came back. I'm not watching it. I'm waiting till it's out so that I can watch the freaking show, and not forget what happened week after week. Like, I'm an old man. My memory sucks and can't remember stuff. So I like to wait. So I'm waiting for Severance. But Yellowjackets, I just went ahead. For whatever, I don't know, I like that show a lot. It's very quality, very solid show. The writing, the acting, the actors, the story is really, really good. The mystery and stuff. So I just wanted to watch that one. So I've been watching that one, waiting week to week on that. Watching this Aaron Hernandez show on Hulu. It's like a dramatization of what happened with Aaron Hernandez, with the whole, with kind of his career leading up to the murder stuff that happened with him. No, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Kind of slowly watching that one, but yeah, it's good. Started the Dexter Original Sin show, but I've only watched one episode so far, so I'll keep watching that. Dexter was awesome, the original show. So this one's kind of like a prequel and pretty good so far. And so I'll keep watching that. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much everything I wanted to cover. So yeah, that's it for what I've been watching lately. Hopefully you check out some of my recommendations, and you can comment below and let me know what you think. If you have seen them, or if you end up seeing them, come back and leave a comment. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe. Please like the video, but please subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment about what you thought about some of these things, if you've seen them, or if you have any interest in checking them out. Or if you end up watching them, and then come back and let me know what you thought. So stay tuned. Until next time,